When it comes to putting highlights in your signature color, you'll want to select this option for if someone has really light ends and you want to help balance it out through the top, or if someone has a little bit too much depth going in their mids and you need to break that up, or if there's banding. This is also a really nice way to give that sun-kissed look with just a few pieces in the hair. So again, just like the lowlights, it's a surface technique and it shouldn't be any more than 10 foils for the full head. I'll take it at an angle. And with the highlights, you can do it one of two ways. You can do it freehand balayage, or you can do it in the foil. So if I choose to do it in the foil, I'll take my weave or my slice, and I'll apply my color. You want to be careful when you are coming up to meet the base color that's already existing there. Sometimes if the lightener and the base color touch, they'll create a brassy line. So you just want to make sure that you're feathering it up, but not too much into the color. If your ends are over processed, you may choose to leave them out as well. And then you'll just want to feather it up slightly. If you are doing a technique where the lightener does need to meet or go over top of the pre-existing base color, you're going to want to increase the level in your volume for your developer. So if you would normally do a 20, you'd want to go up to a 30 for the area where the lightener is going to meet your base color. If you're just feathering it up, however, you can stick with your original formula. With doing the signature color, you can also do a more freehand technique with some balayage. For myself, when I do a balayage technique on my signature color, I choose to do more of a single prong approach. I find that it gives the most natural end result, but it also gives the most impact in the hair. And again, making sure to be really careful about when I meet my existing base color, especially with an open air technique. You will get a brassy line if you do touch the lightener to the base color open air. So just making sure to more so feather it towards it. As opposed to placing it on top. You want to make sure that there's good saturation throughout your piece so that you get even coverage. And then again, leaving my veil over the top for the most natural end result. But if I am doing an open air balayage technique, I will make sure that the front pieces around the hairline, I will hit with some lightener, just to give it that pop. And for this, you'll want to paint it away from the face. for a natural fall. Another option for your signature color, if you're trying to move someone away from, say, a full head of highlights or a previous pre-lightening tone, or if someone's going for a little bit more of that rooted look and they want to have the lighter ends, this is a really good option as well. It creates a lot of dimension of movement in the hair while looking super natural. So I'll take my section. I'll do our classic V shape. Grab my planchette. And we'll put a 2-prong balayage in the hair. And then, with still holding my section taut, I'll grab my low light shade and paint it down as well. Again, take my section, carve out my V, take my low light, and paint it down. So as you can see, there's a few different options for when you are doing your signature color. It's just based on the needs of your client. Are you working with fadeage? Are you wanting to bring some lightness up? Or are you trying to create a little bit more dimension throughout the hair? Those 3 different techniques will help you to achieve either one of those end results. When it comes to formulating for your signature color, for your low light, if you are working with gray coverage, you'll want to make sure that you drop the basic natural out of your gray coverage formula to pull through your low light. So you'll need to go back in and mix a different formula with just your fashion shade. If you have some grays running throughout the hair that you're trying to cover, then you're more than welcome to leave that basic natural in there. But if you're just doing a regular touch-up and you don't have any grays running through the end, make sure to drop out your basic natural. When it comes to doing open air for the highlights, you'll want to make sure that you're using a little bit higher of a developer, as it is an open air technique. If you're doing it in your foils, you can choose your desired developer because the heat from the foil will help to make it process. So that's the Suki signature application. Go ahead and try a few different variations of it for yourself and see what one suits you the best.